Hey guys, Papa Pete here, back with another pickup video. We're right in the middle of the coronavirus crisis right now, and there hasn't been a whole lot of pickups to do. I haven't been buying anything off eBay, but I have picked up a few things. One thing off Facebook, off one of the auction sites that I am a member of here in Canada, as well as some stuff that more or less is just a result of the merger. And 64-bit brought them home from his home in Halifax. We're going to store it here in the Nintendo room with all of our other stuff. So it's a very serious time in all of our lives, with everybody's life really in turmoil. But at the end of the day, we have to keep looking at the things we love and doing things like collecting and playing video games just to keep our sanity, if nothing else. So I can't wait to talk about my latest pickups. Stick around.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. If you haven't grown up by the age of 50, you don't have to.
Alright guys, before we get on to the pickups, let's look at another craft beer. This one, I might have done it a year ago or 2 years ago, because frankly it is an annual release, Maple Cream by Picaroons here in New Brunswick. And it's a totally different can, and every year the batch is a little bit different. The last couple years, frankly, this was always one of my all-time favorites, but the last couple years the batches haven't been that great. But let me tell you this year they've been just excellent. Let's take a look. That's a nice color right there. Treacle, you're gonna make me spill it. It's fairly dark, but at the same time, it's just got a nice golden mapley color to it. The perfect amount of carbonation and a great flavor. Picaroons Maple Cream. If you get the opportunity, make sure you try it out. I don't know if you can see it in the screen here or not, but this is Treacle. This is our oldest cat. She's about 10. And I put this basket up here for one of our other ones, and Treacle's decided that she likes it quite a bit too. So they're spending a lot more time with me here on the desk, but we keep them in the basket. They're pretty cooperative. Anyway, let's do some pickups. Sound good, Treac? Yeah? All right. First thing I picked up was off one of the auction sites that I joined here. It's from Facebook here in Canada, Retro Bin Auctions, and it came from Josh Ward Tremblay. I know you want to see it, I know. And I got a great NES copy of Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds, right on. It's one that I didn't have. It was a pretty decent price, and the label's pretty good. Anyway, just another game I didn't have. I don't know a whole lot about this game. Thunderbirds, of course, being the space flying simulation, old cartoon from back in the days, and then they just recently made a new movie out of it that was stop motion animation. And I don't know, I didn't watch this show a lot when I was a kid, but it's not a super cheap game, but not a very expensive one either, and I was really happy to pick it up. Thunderbirds. Now the other games I picked up, like I said, they're from the merger. They're games that were in my son's collection, that we're bringing them all up and putting them into one collection. So the first game is one that I didn't have back in the 90s, but I do remember seeing it for the Genesis. But this is the Super Nintendo version of Zombies Ate My Neighbors. A really highly rated game that's, I don't know how you exactly describe it. You control the character running around the screen. I don't know, that really counts for a lot of the games, doesn't it? But it's supposed to be a very, very fun game. I've not played it at all, and but I do know that this particular version, the SNES version, is really quite expensive. So happy to add that. I'll put it away up in our SNES collection. Now the next game he brought me doesn't need any description. We're all very familiar with Super Metroid, one of the all-time classics, and a game that I never had. I do have Metroid, and I played that a little bit, but Super Metroid I haven't played. It's one of the most highly rated games on the SNES, and finally I could add it into my collection. Our collection, I suppose. So very, very happy to have added it. I'd love to have something like this complete in box. He has a lot of great complete in box games. See you, Trick. But overall, I'm just really happy just to have the card. Right on. Now my next pickup is one, it's actually an upgrade for me. I'm still trying to find mine because I've tucked them all away somewhere. But What he brought me is a copy of Conker's Bad Fur Day. We've all heard all the really amazing stuff about this game for the N64 back in the day, how controversial it really was, because it's a very mature game, and of course at the very end you fight the big poo. So I've not played it very much either, just a tiny little bit, but I gotta check it out because I've heard so much about this game. Like I said before, I had it in my collection, but I just hadn't played it, and now I'm gonna play this one, you can bet. And I'm gonna tell you exactly why next. Now the final thing he brought me is something that we picked up at a yard sale 3 or 4 years ago, and we're finally going to put it in the collection, get it on the proper display it should have. And we got a crystal blue ice N64. And it's absolutely beautiful condition. I don't have any of the cables for it, but I got all kinds of N64 cables kicking around, and the buttons all seem to work really well. And one thing I really like about it, the cover is there, and it's got the expansion pack in it. So really happy to have added that. Oh, one other thing. When he got it, he also got the matching controller. So happy to be able to add these to my collection. Well guys, that's it for these pickups. It's trying times. I'm not picking up many games. Can't really go shopping because all the stores are closed. And I think you want to pretty much stay at home anyway. Stay safe. Stay at home. Enjoy the things. You have games like Conker's Bad Fur Day, Super Metroid, Zombies Ate My Neighbors, and even Thunderbirds for the NES. That's a great game too. I gotta give it a shot anyway, right? Stay at home, play some video games, be safe. We'll get through this pandemic as soon as possible. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for spending a little bit of time with me today. Plug in those games, kill some time while you have it, and man, stay safe, be strong. Take care guys, we'll see you next time.
Papa Pete, the old ass gamer. Papa Pete, the old ass gamer.
Hey nerdlings, it's Tom and Laci from Do You Nerd?
And you're watching Papa Pete, the old guy gamer.
What the hell?